Alright, so it's day two. It's pretty much just been rain and little bits of sunshine today. It's back and forth, back and forth. The few breaks I've had have allowed me to do a few things around the campsite. If it wasn't for those little breaks, I don't think I would have made lunch or dinner or any of that. As it is, I had my oatmeal for breakfast. It's banana nut. First time I've had that, it's my new favorite. I love the banana nut. Yeah, I got a mosquito bite my ass. Let down. So I had banana nut oatmeal for breakfast. That was very, very delicious. After that, made some coffee, just a shot of whiskey in it, and sat down by the lake. I was drinking that when another boat cruised on up. They had a motorboat with, I think it was a guy and two kids, if I remember correctly. Other than that, I haven't seen them. I keep seeing them, or maybe someone else zooming by on motorboats, but I haven't heard any noise from that camp over there. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm alone out on this island. But the motorboats, every time there's a break in the rain, before I even step out from under my tarp, there's already a motorboat going by, zooming here and there. So it's definitely a busy lake. If you're looking for something very peaceful, Galeairy Lake is not the way to do it. I think it would be good to launch from Whitney, get a boat, like a motorboat like that from Algonquin Outfitters, and then drive on in. I think that would work out for a trip of people that aren't so familiar with canoes. Definitely be a lot less work than portaging and give you that good backcountry experience. But I'm a big fan of a canoe, so that's the way I choose to travel. But yeah, next time I don't think I'd camp on this lake. It's made for an easy trip. I'm very thankful that I only had the 100-meter portage, because that's about all I could handle. They forgot to give me the yoke for this canoe, so I'm on my own. And what I've done is I've adjusted the seat so it's right in the center, and then I put that on my head. So it's almost like those straps you can get that you sit on your head, and then you're balancing with your core. And it worked out alright, but in that 100 meters, it just took all of my core energy to keep level and steady. So I don't think that would work for any long distance. I thought about on the way out, traveling out down into Penn Lake and then back into Rock just for the scenic route, but not with the yoke like that, or with no yoke. I just can't do it. It's just too much work, so I'll go back out the same way I came in. But today is just this day of hanging out on this site. I originally played with the idea of moving to a different spot on the lake. The weather kind of decided otherwise. That's fine. I've had the day to familiarize myself with the site, so I don't think I'll feel so uneasy tonight. I don't even think I've had a chance to talk about that. Barely filmed. But last night I got here about 8 o'clock. I checked out a few sites, wasn't too thrilled with any of them, and eventually found that this site was available. It looked like a nice site. So I cruised on in and only had a half hour of sunlight to get ready. However, that seems to be the half hour that the mosquitoes came alive. And I have never been attacked like that by mosquitoes. That was unreal. I've always heard the bugs are bad up here, and I've never actually had to deal with it. They're kind of zooming around now, but that's manageable. Last night, this tarp here, in the V shape of it, it was just a cloud of mosquitoes. It was ridiculous. So I suited up, put on my rain jacket, pulled my pants down, cinched them off. I had a glove on one hand because I only had one glove. It's just my fire glove. And I actually had my hat on with the bug net. First time I've ever had to pull out the bug net. And that's how I was for the next hour. So I had my headlamp on top of that, but still the bug net kind of blocks out some light. So it made it very hard to see. Really struggled to get my camp up and running. I didn't end up cooking dinner. I just ate all the snacks I hadn't had. I brought way more food than I need, so I kind of half expected that, but just couldn't see making a mess when I didn't feel comfy and I was tired, and I just wanted to go to bed. So that brought on the next issue. My hammock here has whoopee slings, which I made myself, and I totally forgot about this, but when I went stealth camping about 2 weeks ago, I'd accidentally pulled the whoopee sling all the way through, which basically destroys it. So what I meant to do is when I got home, I was going to pull that out with tweezers and bring it back to life. But try doing that in the middle of the night when you're covered up in bug gear and you've got like only one hand free and they're all swarming your hand. It just didn't work out for me. So camp, like my actual hammock, I didn't set that to the very end. I was really debating what to do. Eventually I made kind of a hard decision to just tie the remaining whoopee sling to the what do you call it, the tree strap. So it's tied directly on, it's triple knotted, the rope seems to slip a bit, so hopefully it doesn't give it on me. It was sturdy last night, but that basically will pull that spot that it pulled through. It'll pull that tight and it'll never come out now, so I've just accepted the fact that when I get home I'll have to make more whoopee slings. Not a big deal. I'd already kind of wanted to replace these. I found there wasn't enough slack coming out of the gathered end. The sling started about here, and I needed it like further back like that. So I'll adjust my measurements next time, and I'm just happy I managed to figure something out. There's Mr. Beaver again. Thought he could hide from me. Can't seem to bother him this time. Probably can't see it over there, but that's the second beaver of the night cruising by. Pretty sure it's not the same one. I don't think he could have looped the island that fast. But seems to be a busy place for beaver. Excuse me. Anyway, it's just a beautiful little sunset here. Can't see the sun, but the lake is flat, a little bit of rain, water striders are out. This little bay here between the island and the much smaller island has like a little fog rolling off of it. It looked the same last night just as I was showing up. In fact, this is how the whole place looked when I showed up for from my day of travel. Alright, let's do a quick little site tour before it gets dark. So this is kind of the main landing area. There's a nice big rock section up there. And over here on the other side, you'll find my canoe and clothesline hanging. This would be where you'd want to land the canoe. So there's my little clothesline. There's my blue water Sagin 15 foot. Barely used it today, but I did get out. It's a little fire pit here. This is not the main fire pit. It's not the official one. But would be a good spot to do some stargazing. Now the lake here is just still as can be. You can see there is a bit of an opening in the sky. I might get to see the stars tonight. That'd be really nice if I could see the meteorite shower. Just off in the distance there is a beaver. And this wall on the other side there, that's actually the old railway track. So there's actually more water on the other side. But I haven't gone over to check it out. Anyways, let's go head up to the campfire area. So I haven't really found the best route up. As usual, this wasn't really designed for mankind. This was just a result of glaciers. But you can kind of cruise up and around here. Try not to trip over any roots. Now in here, you'll find not only a fire pit, But I also find there's a table over here. This is the first site I've had that's had a table like that, so I'm pretty pumped about it. I think I had actually said to myself that I was going to try and find a site with one this time, just because I've never had that luxury. Down there, you probably can't see it, it's getting dark, but that's a little tent pad. There's a fire pit again. I collected a fair bit of wood, but I haven't had a fire yet. It's just been, wet and rainy, so no point. Just gonna turn on my headlamp, see if that helps out. As I'm looking through the display on this camera, it's looking like it's not picking up anything. But to my left is my shelter. We'll check that out in a second. I'm gonna curve off to the right here. This area is a nice little platform for viewing the lake. You can view the lake off in that distance. Or you can look down to the area where I parked the canoe, or where we first started this video. So you're about 10 or 15 feet up. Nice little spot. Only problem is there's a pile of poop there, and some more scattered poop. Looks to me like dog poop, but either way it's gross, and whoever did it should have cleaned it up because it's a nice area. Now, this trail here I haven't gone down, but I would imagine it leads to the privy, which I know is in this area. Go tromping through the forest here. Yeah, so just up here is the little privy, or the thunderbox, depending on what you like to call it. So there that is there. Once again, it's probably too dark to see much of anything. Wanted to do this video all day, but the rain wasn't cooperating, so I might have to redo it tomorrow. But just head down this trail back to where the tent is. Or not that tent, it's actually a hammock. Lots of open space here to explore. I don't feel closed in and congested, so I feel nice and comfy. There's my hammock. It's the Hennessy hammock with a summer series underquilt. Kept me nice and warm last night. On the ground's a piece of Tyvek. Got my little stool there that I've been sitting on. That's been where I've hid most of the day because of the rain. Over here is where I've hung my bear bag. Actually, I haven't hung it yet tonight, but I've got the line all prepared. So I've got a yellow rope there that goes up to a pulley, and then I got a second rope, which is just a piece of paracord, and that's for hoisting the bag up. I prefer the rope and pulley over the PCT method just because I like to put the bag up and down several times a day. If I'm going anywhere, I hoist it up. If I'm sitting around camp and I know I'm not eating for a while, I'll hoist it up just because it seems like the safe thing to do. And yeah, that's my site. Cruise back down around this side here. But this is only half the island. I don't even think I've explored half, to be honest, but canoed around it this afternoon. Saw the site on the other side. I was hoping to get out and explore, but there are people camping there. So, despite the fact that I'm... Alright, so it's about 8:30. Just hung up the bear bag. Time to get ready for bed here. Last night about this time, an evil swarm of mosquitoes descended upon me. So making sure I'm ready this time for them. But they're not here yet, so they might not be bugging me tonight. It's possible that all that rain got their wings wet and they're not going to bug me. But either way, I don't see myself having a fire, so might as well pack up and go to bed. About 8:45 Saturday night. This is my second night and I'm on Galeairy Lake, and it just looks wonderful out there right now. The sky's clearing up a bit. A lot of different layers of clouds moving around, but who knows, we might get a view of the sky tonight, and maybe I can see the meteorite shower after all. But at this point, I'm not going to bank on it. Just going to sit here by the lake until it's completely dark, and at that point I might just crawl into my hammock and go to bed. It's going to be a long day tomorrow. I've got to start pretty early. I think I'm going to get up at 6, try and be off the site by 8, maybe 9. It'd be nice if I could hit the lake before it gets windy, but I don't like rushing. A lot of people like to pack up camp incredibly fast and hit the lake before the winds pick up. I can understand, because if the water's like this, you can travel a lot faster, really see a lot of wildlife, but I'm just not a morning person, so I will take my time, enjoy myself. I've got all day, and I'm only going to Rock Lake. I've got quite a few sites to check out before I make my decision. I'd like to check out some Indian pictographs at some point, but yeah, there's no rush. Anyways, I just got bit by my first mosquito of the night. This is about when they swarmed on me last night, so I think I should go crawl into the hammock. I can see them buzzing around me. They just don't want to let me enjoy my view. Well, it's about 9 o'clock on the second night. I'm just hanging in my hammock. What you're looking at there is just my shirt. Got an extra piece of clothing there just in case I get cold. There's my feet and my makeshift foot box. That's just kind of a gear pouch that's in the way. Got quite a few things in here. And got me a whistle, just in case there's any bears. Down here I've just got a water bottle. I boiled some water before bed. Stuck it in the bottle. That's just in case I get cold. Got a pouch of clothes underneath my knees, just so my feet don't cramp. As for me, I'm just sitting here with my headlamp on. Got a sweater on, and I'm pretty warm, but it was starting to get pretty chilly out there, so I figured I better throw on my sweater before bed. I'd rather be a bit warm than freezing cold, so who knows. While I was just getting into the hammock, the mosquitoes just came down on me, just like last night. Got in here just in time. Unfortunately, my quilt wasn't quite in the right position, and I opened up the zipper to adjust it, and about 10 mosquitoes got in. Killed them one by one and threw them out the little zipper hole I made, but one of them did get a good feeding in. So I'm now pretty itchy, but at least I'm not out there dealing with them. No fire for me tonight, obviously. I'm just gonna lay here and read for a bit and go to sleep. Got my alarm set for 6 in the morning, so I will see you guys then.